Yeah, that's right. A big homecoming game this Saturday, and the Hawkeyes have lost 2 straight games and are now going up against an opponent who's beaten them 2 years in a row.
On top of that, the Purdue Boilermakers lead the all-time series 48-38, including a 20-game stretch where Purdue won all of them.
And with Iowa's offense struggling to do anything against Big Ten opponents, we look towards the offensive line for answers.
We have sports reporter John Rawson live in the newsroom to tell us more on the O-line. John, what has happened to the O-line the past couple of weeks?
Well, frankly, they got exposed by Jim Harbaugh. He looked at what teams had done prior, saw nobody blitz that heavily, and went out guns a-blazing and sacked Nate Stanley time and time again. And then James Franklin took that same exact model. He then applied it, and Iowa has yet to handle it. The offensive line has allowed as many sacks so far this year as they did all of last season. So it's safe to say the pass blocking isn't there. A lot of people try to say it's Lamar Jackson's return and they're a little discombobulated chemistry-wise. Frankly, it's just teams have figured them out now.
Overall, as a unit, getting the small details together, we haven't been as sound and clean the past 2 weeks. I would put on chemistry as well, but it's all on us up front.
Yeah, it's good.
Now, John, how can the Hawkeye offense adapt to the ailing line?
Well, they have to throw more screen passes. That's the biggest thing. If they can throw more screen passes, shuffle out to the sides, they'll have a lot more open field for guys like Mekhi Sargent and Tyler Goodson. They haven't used their playmakers as much. But if they can give Nate Stanley time to throw, Brandon Smith will make those plays. We saw that against Penn State. Give them time, let him make those plays. But they're going to have to use the screen pass so the offensive line doesn't have to hold against a bull rush or 6 extra guys coming at them.
Thanks, John. The Purdue defense isn't as well-rounded as Penn State or Michigan, but they're going to have some challenges for the Iowa offense.
And with Nate Stanley getting sacked more than groceries at the store, the opponent's D-line is always on the mind.
They're big, they're physical, they have the possibility to do a lot of different things. At third down, they do a lot of exotic things. So, just do a lot of things to try to confuse the offense.
And one thing that Iowa needs to improve on is their red zone offense. Even though kicker Keith Duncan has been lights out with his leg, if the Hawks want to win more games, it's time to start scoring touchdowns instead of field goals.
Definitely, extremely frustrating seeing. We know how good we are. We know how hard we've worked this past year, and having a team move the ball pretty well and then struggle to get in the end zone could definitely be frustrating at times, but we have to put that behind us and move forward and just be ready to overcome that and get in the end zone this week.
And despite the offense having trouble scoring points, the defense has their back both on the field and in the locker room.
Like I said last week, it's a team sport. You can't say we're one side was doing good, one side wasn't. It's not like that at all. I mean, if the defense played better, then we would have won the game. But at the same time, it's definitely a team sport. So this week we're trying to play as a team and move forward.
And the one thing the defense can do a little better at this week is creating turnovers. Iowa's defense has a total of 7 turnovers this year, and none of them have been during the loss.
So this week we're definitely going to be excited because we know to beat us, they're going to have to throw the ball and get easy points on us. So it's definitely going to be a big opportunity for us to get some interceptions this week.
The defense has been strong all year, and that shouldn't change this Saturday when they take on the Boilermakers.
All right, Kate, it's time for predictions. I think the Hawks will take another L tomorrow and lose this contest 17-14.
Well, I'm going to be a little bit more optimistic and say the offense figures things out. The Hawkeyes will come out on top 31-7. Thank you for tuning in to our pregame show. Grace, what's your prediction?